Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Angus.
I'm from Oxley College in Barradoo.
I'm here for Rites of Passage.
2019.
My mum was very excited to know that I was be going for 3 weeks. She was ashamed that I'm coming back on the weekends.
I think Rites of Passage is really good because it really gives you insight on what you want to do when you leave school.
Before I came to Rites of Passage, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, like university-wise, and I always had the thought of forensic science in my head. Doing this really is motivating me. Well, right now, we were being like forensic scientists for like an hour and a half or an hour. I enjoy like solving puzzles and just really like the mystery of who did it and how can we uncover it to see who was like the killer or who the DNA is from. Analyzing and getting the materials that you need to figure it out, I think is really exciting and very interesting. So yeah, I'm a bit shaken. I got so nervous.
Right.
Today we visited the Sydney Dance Company. We had a workshop there with Isaac Clark, one of the PPA students there.
My main highlight was just being taught by someone who is a pre-grad to the Sydney Dance Company. One thing that Isaac said, which has really stuck with me, is he said, "I want you to practice to fall." I got this message being, you don't always have to be perfect at things, and making mistakes is really, really important in life, because it means that if you do make mistakes, then you can easily get back up and know what you did wrong and then do it all again, and it will become perfect after time.
It was really good to see what it would be like in a studio in the future if I was to pursue this career. I guess for Rites of Passage, that's what it's all about.
So today we're basically learning about how to use the cameras and how to film and how to talk to the camera.
Okay, and we're doing this because we are on a 3-week journey of Rites of Passage and we want to be able to share our experiences with everyone that isn't here, so people back home.
Right now we're just learning how to talk to the camera and using the microphone, which we haven't used before, and getting good shots and learning where to place people in the screen.
I've adapted to being in front of a camera by thinking more about what I'm going to do. Being in front of this device, which you're shoving in my face right now, has really, adapting to it initially was fairly difficult, but you get used to the small circular disc inside the black device you're looking at in front of you being your audience. One thing that helped me adapt was just thinking that there's an audience there. Instead of pretending that it's a circular disc inside a black device, you pretend that there's a person there, or there's a group of people. I find that much easier to deal with being in front of camera. It's really helped me, I feel.
One of the biggest challenges for me this week was not being around my mom. I know that's pretty sad, and the whole time before Rites of Passage I was like, yeah, getting away from my mom, I get to take care of myself, this is gonna be so cool. And now I really miss her, and it's not that fun, but all my friends have been so kind and supportive to me, and it's helping me understand what it's going to be like when I leave home and how I'm going to be able to take care of myself properly.
I guess the highlight of the places we have gone is probably Barangaroo, because it's really interesting learning about Indigenous culture, and we were right near the harbour bridge, we were right near the harbour as well. I think that was really interesting. I learned how Aboriginals survived, using their own survival skills.
Archie, so what are we doing today here?
Okay, so we are tying together twine to make patterns that the Aboriginals used back in the day.
Where are we?
We are at
Barangaroo.
Barangaroo.
Yes. Do you know who that is?
Yep, it was a Aboriginal rights activist.
Yes, it was actually.
Yes.
Good answer.
Yes.
On Barangaroo, we learned about the Indigenous culture, and we also learned how this plant over here called pig face, the Indigenous would eat them. Everything was edible, their leaves, their stems, but the red leaves were the ripest. So I'm just gonna... It's kind of sweet.
That is the Harbour Bridge, which we just climbed recently.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. It was amazing. I have a fear of heights, which I feel like I've almost Concord. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, we just did the Harbour Bridge climb, which was really awesome. At first, I think everyone was a bit nervous, but kind of we supported each other to get up there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it, but ended up doing it, and it was amazing. I don't know, we kind of just got out there and started walking. We didn't really have much time to stop, and yeah.
There wasn't time to think, which meant no one could overthink.
I think the conditions in which the Harbour Bridge was built, they would have been quite scary. There were no safety nets, there were no safety harnesses like we had here today. It was just free and we could fall whenever, wherever. Surprisingly, there were only 16 casualties in the whole 8-year project, and one of them was a man getting hit by a tram on the way to work.
So we're here at UTS and we just went to the data arena where we basically put on 3D glasses and got to experience the 3D experience, which was awesome.
Yeah, we got a bit motion sick, but no, it was good fun. We got to travel around the universe, which is pretty cool, and see our world from a different perspective that not everyone gets to see. So that's pretty cool as well.
And we also saw different areas all made up of data points, which was really cool.
Yeah, we went to Wombian Caves and we could see the difference in temperature throughout the caves, which was pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
I feel more connected to my parents because I haven't been there and I know that they do miss me, and so I think that's really helped for me to know that they do care and that they are still there for me even when I'm not around.
So we're off to Cockatoo Island with a quick stop off at Circular Quay, and then we'll have dinner there and settle into our tents.
And we're having a campfire as well tonight, so that'll be fun.
And then
Sarah and Sophia in 56, Aisha, you and I in 5.
Well, we're at Cockatoo Island and we're doing like a orienteering kind of hunt for stuff, which is awesome.
Yep. We have a map here with a whole bunch of hints and clues and stuff. And we've also got a question sheet, so we have to go around the island to each of these clues that are marked on the map. And we have to answer questions based on information that we find. Like there are questions about decades in which like cranes were built and stuff. So it's very interesting. We're learning a heap about the island whilst we're also getting to develop our orienteering skills, so it's a lot of fun.
So tell me about what you guys just found.
Crane number 302, constructed in 1978.
Whoa. That is very incredible.
I think it's been really interesting. I've never been to Cockatoo Island before, so I find it really interesting wandering around, and it feels a bit deserted, so it's really cool just seeing what this place is like and all these buildings that are here.
There's another aspect to this besides the whole searching the island and stuff, which is mind games and psychology. You see, when people are running around looking for questions and stuff and answers, and they ask you, "Oh, what's the answer?" Well, of course we're not going to help you. You're on the other teams. So we've just been calling out random answers as soon as we get close to places. We check what we're near and we just call out a random answer. It could be right, that might help someone, but there's a 3 out of 4 chance that it's incorrect. So we're trying to spook the other teams to get them to put down the wrong answers.
Yeah, it's C, right?
No.
C.
Yeah, it's C.
I don't think it's C.
It is C. We're throwing.
Mind game.
C through you.
Mind game.
The experience on Cockatoo Island has been amazing so far. Tonight we're performing and watching people's drama performances that they made in about 1.5 hours today. We had some really good NIDA coaches come over and sort of showed us how to do it, how to interact with the spaces, how to put together a really good performance.
was about the harsh conditions that the prisoners had to face when it came to mining the sandstone, and how futile escaping was.
And it was also especially about the emotions of it, so the feeling of being trapped and the feeling of longing to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, to get out of the place which they probably never would.
Through the program, we have learnt skills of navigation using Sydney public transport, and we have learnt the independence of and really being ourselves, and really it's made us as a whole better people. And yeah.
I've learnt that universities are not all grey and dull and terrifying and boring. In fact, they are colourful, filled with lovely people.
We just went on the jet boat around the harbour. Me and Jem were next to each other. We were screaming so loud. I think anywhere on the boat you get so sodden.
Yeah. There's no way you could possibly sit that you'll stay dry.
Yeah. So good. No, it was so cold.
It was really fun. It was quite scary though.
Definitely
worth
worth
it.
it.
If you're scared, that does not matter. You need to go on it.
We are here at Sydney University. We just visited the graffiti tunnel, and the 16 students were protesting, for example, about the Vietnam War, and then Dean's decided it would be a good idea to make a tunnel where the students could express their process and art as a way of encasing their creativity and their beliefs and values. And so this graffiti tunnel really benefited the students, and still does today.
We were first introduced to Junkyard Beach, I think, in midway through week 1, where what we did was that we went to a little studio and they just kind of taught us how to make music by just telling us to make rhythm out of just buckets and bags and whatnot.
It really shows how you're able to make music anywhere. Like if you just have an old bucket somewhere and you can just like start drumming on it and you can make really cool rhythms.
We are about to do a Junkyard Beats workshop, which we've done 2 workshops for so far. So we make music using things like buckets and sticks from brooms and plastic bags and things like that. And right now we're about to go rehearse because we're going to perform it to the whole year group. So that's fun.
I think that during Rites of Passage, people have become like more of an individual, because when we go into a lecture or when we go into an art gallery and we usually have a person who knows what they're talking about to explain everything to us. Like, they don't know who are the quiet kids and who are the loud kids and who are the really opinionated ones. If they have a question, they'll look at you and expect you to answer. So it's really like made people like actually process how they feel about a certain subject, which is quite cool.
Advice for people coming next year: I think if you get any choice to do walks or tours, always choose the longest walk. It's just like, even if you're tired, like on one of the first nights for Vivid, I was tired, except the long Vivid walk was incredible.
Tonight we saw a bit of Vivid.
A lot of it.
A lot of it.
We went to the Rocks, which was fun.
We went to the Custom House and they put on a light show of a story.
They had this house where you could, not really a house, like a building, and you stood in front of it and it would project lights into the wall and it would show what your movements and stuff. It's really cool.
I feel like a lot of people have matured like quite a lot, and I've seen it in quite a few people. Some people have already matured.
People are definitely changing.
Yeah. And everyone's connecting better as friends, and like it's just getting better.
Yeah, becoming more of like one big unit instead of little
groups.
teams.
So Rites of Passage has shaped me a lot. I think I didn't realise the independence I had till now and how confident I am in myself and my intuition in some situations.
So what we just did, we gathered around in a circle. Well, before that, we had to get out a coin and swap it 5 times to different people and tell them what we appreciated of them.
They would like say it back to us, and then
We hugged them. It was fun. It was a good time.